how she would dress like this into my office with this short gown. She came to toy with my mental intelligence. Why would my body intelligence respond to her? You to look. Also look at her. Just look at her again.
Madam, now like this, I dress comes the office.
What's on this? Yeah? What's on this? See, you can see. Look at the gown. You see? See, can you see she's pulling it down. She came here to play with my emotional intelligence. But as a strong professor, I stood my ground.
I be a good citizen of this country.
Very well.
Of the Nigeria representative.
Very well.
Madam, you are a criminal and you are under arrest.
Exactly.
For deceiving a fellow human being. Number 2, for tempting
a professor.
A professor. Number 4. Number 3. Where I go for the big one where I will send you
Bashing into my lecturer monumental edifice. That's it. Yes. You can write it in general.
In general. I understand for professor.
Anyway you want to write it.
Madam, you are under arrest 7 years in prison.
Exactly.
Oga, don't.
We don't, yeah, exactly.
Officer.
Madam.
This is just helping person UK where I grew up. So, what's wrong with it?
Madam, this is Nigeria. This is not UK. They don't dress like this for Nigeria. Madam, what did I do? No. I did promote Nigeria. No, I'm officer of the. I did touch Nigeria. A home officer of the law. I did arrest me. Oh, well, like a criminal offense, I don't flinty. Yes.
You here to arrest me.
That's right. Now, Oga, Professor, Wallahi, you are under, Madam, you are under arrest.
What?
Wallahi, you are under arrest for misconduct of attitude towards a Nigerian citizen. Case I close.
Piroro.
Hi there, my name is Mickey Ode, aka Mickey Blaze, and you are onto iBrandTV. Don't go nowhere, stay there.
My name is Andy Boyo, and I'm a patron of AGN. Do you watch iBrandTV? If you don't, you are guilty as charged.
iBrandTV. Business first.
Another day is here. You call it Wednesday. We call it the Winner's Day. Come and be part of it. Right here on Daybreak, you got all the fun for you, and it's all yours for the asking. So what are you waiting for? Be part of it and grab it all. On Daybreak, Michael, not very much here, and she's right beside me, beaming with smiles like sunshine.
Hi, I'm beaming with smiles like sunshine because I am sunshine. And of course, Michael, good morning. And good morning,
thank you very
awesome
much.
viewers. Good morning, amazing, beautiful, and handsome faces. I can't see you, but I'm sure with my eyes of my spirit, I can see you. And I'm sure you are happy this Wednesday morning. Like
Wednesday morning.
Michael said, the winner's
What's
day.
so special about Monday?
I don't
This
know.
Wednesday, you're taking us back 2 days to Monday.
Don't mind me, please, don't mind me. Well, my name is Margaret Opera. Like Michael called me the sunshine, and I'm elated to be on the show this morning. And on the show, we're bringing you roller coasters of amazing events, from the newspaper review segment to the newspaper updates, the paper review segment. Of course, our topic of discussion this beautiful morning will go down into the social media boards, and of course, the quote for the day. But before we do all of that, the delectable Perpetual is standing by to bring you up to speed with what's happening on the news.
Thank you, Margaret. Good morning. My name is Perpetua Fasamapita, and here is the news update.
The management of Federal College of Education, Yola, has shut down the institution in proactive action to forestall breakdown of law and order in the school following violent protest by the students. According to reports, the students were protesting poor living conditions on campus. The students narrated that the situation got worse when the industrial borehole broke down and the management allegedly did nothing about it. The situation was aggravated when some of the rioting students were chased by armed military personnel and other security operatives. Irked by the presence of security operatives, the students went wild, set fire on buildings and vandalized stores. However, FCE authorities have admitted there was a breakdown in the college's main water source, but denied that students were left without water supply for too long. No fewer than 22 states have written to the federal government to indicate interest in the National Livestock Transformation Program, NLTP. The Senior Special Assistant to the President on Agriculture, Andrew Kawasari, who coordinates the NLTP, disclosed on Tuesday, adding that the federal government would start disbursing funds for model ranches in the next 1 week. According to him, states whose governors have written the federal government include Kaduna, Benue, Taraba, Adamawa, Plateau, Zamfara, Kano, Ondo, Katsina, Bauchi, Yobe, Borno, Gombe, Nasarawa, Niger, Sokoto, Ekiti, Kogi, Ebonyi, and Kwara. Former Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Lamido Sanusi, said on Tuesday that petrol import figures were inflated when global oil prices went up during the administration of President Goodluck Jonathan and the regime of the current president, General Muhammadu Buhari. Sanusi, who spoke on Tuesday at a panel session during the 27th National Economic Summit in Abuja, said the subsidy on petrol was responsible for the inflated figures. Until May 2016, when the federal government announced a new petrol price band of 135 naira to 145 naira per litre of petrol, private marketers imported petrol into the country and were paid subsidy claims by the government in order to keep the pump price lower than the expected open market price of the product. To the international scene now, flash flooding has turned roads into rivers in the port city of Catania on the Italian island of Sicily. Giuseppe Maria Spampianato, a government official based in Catania, narrated on Tuesday that the situation is very critical. Spampianato said the main street in the city, Via Etnia, appeared completely flooded. On Monday, Italy's Department for Civil Protection issued a red alert, its highest level warning for flooding in northeast Sicily and the southwest region of Calabria. A red alert was issued for a second day on Tuesday due to further expected intense rainfall. That's all on the update for today. I am Perpetua Fasamapita. It's now back to Michael now.
Thank you so much, Perpetua, for pepping us up with the news update there. We're going to take a break right now. Next time we come back, it will be the review of the papers for today.
Mama, you're coming to Lagos. Banga. Baby, Mama just called me now. She's coming to see you. She asked me to tell you to make banga soup for her. And she's close to the house. Oh.
How do you expect me to prepare banga in just few minutes?
I have a solution for you.
Really?
She knows how to cook the banga. Not going to enter my family.
Pali banga is used in making other exotic dishes such as banga jollof rice, banga eforiro, banga asaro or yam porridge, banga egusi, and many more. Pali banga is easy to open, no preservatives, no cholesterol, and no coloring. Approved by NAFDAC. Manufactured by Pali Agro Products Limited. Available in all leading stores and supermarkets nationwide.
Pali banga, natural palm fruit extract for tasty African cuisine.
You go enter market, just make you go buy fresh palm fruits. When you reach house, you go wash, you go pound, your body go dey pain you, even your fingernails go dey pain you. But make una no worry, make una relax. I get good news for now. Una don hear of banga fresh palm fruit extract. All you need to do now make you go for the open am. Take the amount wey you want, put am for your pot. Which soup you wan make? Shey na egusi, shey na ogbono, shey na vegetable, shey na banga. My sister no waste time again. My brother no waste time again. Just go buy banga fresh palm fruit extract. They go know say you sabi cook and you be better cook.
Banga, come make your food yummy yum.
Distributors needed nationwide. Phone number 081 63 974447, 08035 644436, 070 66 63 8213. Banga Fresh Palm Fruit Extract.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. I've found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neo. I found Blemiviv, and now my skin finally makes sense.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services, and meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash, quick delivery.
True unripe plantain flour is 100% natural flour gotten from the processing of unripe plantain. It contains no addictive and has a net content of 500 grams. True unripe plantain flour contains vitamin A, B6 and C. It is gluten-free and rich in calcium. Consuming True unripe plantain flour helps to build and strengthen stronger bones and can be a great meal for diabetic patients. It decreases your chances of constipation as it has a high fiber content and provides you with a low-fat diet. Here are some steps to prepare your True unripe plantain flour. Firstly, mix True unripe plantain flour with hot water in a pot and gradually add water till you achieve desired thickness. Place over medium heat and turn very well for 4 to 5 minutes to get the right texture. Mold into a ball and place in a bowl and allow to cool. Serve with your choice of soup. True unripe plantain flour can be eaten with any variety of soup, be it your ofe oha, ofe onugbu, begiri, ewedu, or your miyan cooker to get your through unripe plantain flour. Contact us at 12 Olowera Isheri Road by First Welder bus stop off Omole Phase 2, Olowera, Lagos, Nigeria, or call 070-6663-8213 or 081-6397-4447. Distributors are needed nationwide.
Oh boy, winning you was so easy.
I just couldn't stand those your powerful shots. That's what happened.
Really? Let's go to my place for dinner.
This fufu is so nice.
It's through unripe plantain flour.
True unripe plantain flour is delicious.
Yes, true unripe plantain flour is what I serve my husband for swallows. It's easy to prepare, fortified with vitamin A, low in sugar and cholesterol, rich in fiber that helps the heart, builds and strengthens the bone, and his energy level is boosted.
Through unripe plantain flour, no additives, 100% natural, a product of Pali Agro Products Nigeria. Through unripe plantain flour, available in all leading stores nationwide.
Many thanks for staying with us on iBrand Daybreak. And now it's time to review some top stories on our national dailies this morning. And joining us to do this, we have the seasoned political technocrat with us right here in the studio, Dr. Dayo Kayode. Good morning, Dr. D.
Margaret, I like that.
Dr. Dayo.
Seasoned political technocrat. I like that.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you very much.
All right, Dr.
I appreciate that.
And you wouldn't like mine, right?
Why do you
This
have
shows how powerful women can be.
But then you know they are. Anywhere they are always very powerful.
Glad to have you around.
All right,
My
yeah,
pleasure
Dr.
being here again.
Dayo. All right, talking about women now, we have the top story on the Punch newspaper here that says federal government leases days on its buildings, jewelry, brads for sale, values Bade's mansions. And the writer saying suspects wedding gowns in feasible bras, wow, 64 pairs of shoes for sale, 1,620 items including cars, houses, phones, laptop, vessels listed, and more details on page 2. And now moving further down, Oshun pleads for understanding as protesting retirees shot state secretariat. Police defuse bomb found at attacked Oyo prison. Aregbesola shuns a Conde's meeting with APC elders caucus. That's on page 9. Merciless patents, Kwara to regulate Arabic schools' activities. To the bottom stream says Buhari exits in 2023 solution to Nigeria's problems coming from Afenifere. Ekiti headsman bags life imprisonment for grazing on cassava farm and shooting owner. PDP hint of next meeting if Apex Court stops convention. Now to the airplace says power, port transportation, port facilities killing Nigeria's manufacturers from additional. eNaira app hits 100,000 downloads in 24 hours amid complaints. And the writer saying e-currency, BVN, NIN should give comfort, Buhari tells Saudi investors. And that's on page 21. I'll stop here.
The second paper today is this day. In Riyadh, Buhari calls on world leaders to invest in policies that guarantee global security, says underinvestment genesis of rising socio-economic challenges, and restates Commitment to people-oriented policies seeks debt relief for struggling economies. Upwards now. NNPC, $3.097 billion investment opportunities exist in condensate refineries, and says Nigeria needs $2.7 billion to improve product supply, distribution infrastructure, and projects petroleum products demand to grow to 17.3 million MT by 2025.
And now to the Vanguard says opposition to declaring bandits terrorists and ACF, MBF, or Haneze, Afenifere, CAN raise knocks on Gumi. Upward says 99.4% of banks' accounts hold less than 500,000 naira, coming from NDIC. IGB overhauls security landscape, deploys DIG Ebunike 98 top officers. Nigeria needs $2.7 billion investment to stabilize petroleum product supply from the NNPC, and more details on page 8. Now further down, convention, PDP knows fate tomorrow. Not poverty problem tied to high population from Sanusi. Insecurity are frustration. Kano, UN tackle Nigeria, Kenya over alleged torture. Federal government vows to end casualization of workers. And State of the Nation, we must renegotiate our stay together from Afenifere. And finally, on the Vanguard says, Nigeria is willing to pay cost-reflective tariff from the World Bank. And more details of this is on page 20 of the Vanguard paper.
Last but not the least is the Nigerian Tribune. 2022 budget. Senate slams Health Ministry over $200 million loan for mosquito nets. Anambra poll, IGP deploys 100 strategic commanders. We have enough manpower for election. INEC, 81,778 new PVCs ready for collection, it adds. A special report why foreign shipping companies drop empty containers in Nigeria. That's found on page 8 of the paper. Right down, we have appeal court to rule on PDP convention tomorrow. Why consensus is difficult over deputy chairmanship. Ekwemado's committee to determine Arabaja Anyanwu's fate. To you now, Kayode, Dr. Kayode, we have 2022 budget. Senate slams Health Ministry over $200 million loan for mosquito nets. Repeat, $200 million loan for mosquito nets.
And you see, why you were even reading that $22 million for mosquito nets, is it that we are so much infested with mosquitoes in this country?
And again, why must it be another loan?
You understand? So it surprises me, and that is why. Look at even the punch. Look at all the punches there. As regards issues of also the Ziani.
Yeah.
We empower the executive with so much enormous power, and to now be able to enrich themselves at the detriment of the people. And when you now see the legislators coming up with issues like that, we see them as connivance in this all imbroglio that is happening within our nation. Because how can a National Assembly be allocating such an humongous amount of money towards purchase of mosquito nets? Are we now saying that when those people are presenting their budgets, they also lobby that, look, if this thing should scale through, you will also be partaker in the largesse that's going to be coming out from it? Because you see some of these ministers, they do some things that are even not supposed, that nobody we want to even hear about. And you see our legislators sitting down there not doing anything. So why are they turning their eyes off it? I don't know whether you understand that. Why are they turning their eyes off such when you know what you are supposed to do?
Okay, Daniel, now, you mentioned also the issue with Dizani on the front page of the Punch paper, and about her jewelries and houses.
Power of women.
No, not the thing. Yeah, talking about power of women.
Braziers
Yeah,
too.
yeah, braziers. Interestingly, invisible braziers, 64 pairs of shoes for sale. Is it that? Let's just hear your thought on this first of all.
You see, when I read this one on the social media yesterday, and I put a question mark. Bam. Yes, it is good. Because there's no way you can confiscate all of these things and then you will leave them there to just be wasting away. You need to sell them. But the question now is, who sells all these things?
And how can we account for them?
And then how are we going to account for the money? Mark you. Also, in another report, I think earlier this week too, that all the seized things by EFCC are now being moved to the office of the AGF. Is that supposed to be? Is it not supposed to be under the office of the secretary of EFCC? Remember, there was an issue like that arose during the last during the regime of the last SY chairman of EFCC, whereby Malami, the AGF, has been trying as much as possible to have an overriding power on the issue of seizures by EFCC, of which that man, what's his name again, the former EFCC chairman, was saying those are part of the reasons why Malami was trying to get him out of office. So we need to put all these things in proper perspective. If you are selling all this, who are the people that will be in charge of the sales?
All right.
Two, how much are you selling them? That bra now, how much? What kind of bra is it? Is it a golden bra or a brass bra?
You obviously be designers because she wouldn't wear something that is.
Do you understand? How much are you going to sell them? Where is the money going to be kept? And what are we going to use the money to do?
All right, Dr.
These are issues that we need to understand.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dara. We don't have so much time for you to analyze all of this, but
he definitely.
Of course, you're not going anywhere.
Again.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
By the time we come back to him, yeah. Now there is a general apprehension that the November 6th election may be affected by a one-week sit-at-home order issued by the pro-Biafra group IPOB across the southeast region. Now, reacting to this, the National Security Advisor, NSA, to the President, Babagana Monguno, advised those with the intention to disrupt Anambra governorship election to have a rethink. We have very much around here Dr. Kayode to help us analyze this issue. Dr. Kayode, in the past 10 months or thereabouts, Anambra State and other southeastern states have been on the front burner for all the bad reasons, including violence, killings, destructions,
arson,
and what have you. What do you make of this?
Yeah, you see, all these things wouldn't have been if only the government had followed the path that I sort of came up with in my Independence Day speech to the nation, and of which you can still listen to it. It's on the YouTube. All they need to do is just to Google the name Dr. Dayo Kayode on YouTube. Anybody can listen to it to see the solution I provide to this. No doubt about it, the proscribed IPOB, they have their reasons for agitation. No doubt about it. They have their reason for agitation. And before now, they have been going about it peacefully. Before now, to the best of my own knowledge. But along the line, the government miscued. And I repeat, along the line, the government miscued. It's just like this. Let's look at this analogy. Look at this hand. When you have a wheat loaf on this small hand, on this small finger, the wheat loaf will not even be felt here mostly. Yeah. You will feel it mostly here.
Your head, yeah.
You will feel it mostly here. And the moment you are feeling it here, it will give the height of discomfort to the whole of your body. Then what are you supposed to do to that small part? It's not the whole small finger, it's the small part of the smallest finger. You are supposed to treat it accordingly. Because if you ignore it, it will cause more damage, even to the brain. And that is exactly what we are seeing now. If initially, successive government, because it didn't start from IPOB, it didn't start from, I think, MASOP. Yeah. Let's even go to MASOP. Wazirike, Raf Wazirike and co. Down to another one, down to this. If only the federal government of Nigeria has constituted, had listened at that point in time, it wouldn't have led to this. And you can even see what it. Somebody was starting to me when I was in your room. Was starting with me when I was in your waiting room there. That sir, I sent one Facebook this thing to you. He said I should please go and check it. I said okay, let me just satisfy this man. I went there, the same old story. And I told you, I said I don't listen to such people staying abroad and then trying to popularize themselves with some junk information. As regards, yes, Nigeria should divide now. The only alternative is for Nigeria to divide. But then, if they are saying so, why are they saying so? Federal government need to address it. Marginalization, that is what they have been using. Now let us define it. Are they really marginalized? If they are being marginalized, then bring out some issues that will suit that they are thinking. Inequity. There is one proverb. That is this bean cake. This bean cake. What quantity are you going to give a small child that will now stop watching your nose while you are eating? When you are eating bean cake, you will do like this. Your nose will be moving and all that because of the small particles of it. So what is the quantity you are going to give a small boy that you get that boy busy with it? And then you will now stop looking at your nose. Because when you don't give that small boy something to get busy with that akara, he'll be looking at you like this. You keep looking. So why don't you give all these people that are shouting marginalization something that will suit them, and then make them to belong to that federating unit?
Why, Dr. Dayo?
To that federating whole.
Dr. Dayo, now what do you make of the fact that the IPOB is trying to use the seats, the fact that the IPOB is trying to use the seat at home order to pressurize the government to releasing the leader of this proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, from detention, being the fact that he's been charged with some treasonable offenses?
Yeah, I said, if you listen to my opening reaction to this, I was very careful in my choice of words. I said before now, their agitation, their demands, they have been going about it peacefully. But along the line, just like it happened during NSAS, whereby some hoodlums hijacked it. They also allowed some miscreants, who one way or the other has missed it politically when it comes to political leadership calculation, which they have missed it. They allow such people to infiltrate into their activities. I don't know whether to infiltrate into their, like, look at like Sunday Igboho. What Sunday Igboho was doing before, I was in support, trying to stop the marauders from disturbing Yoruba community. But along the line, he allowed the successes to overweigh him by allowing those shouting for Yoruba nation to infiltrate into his activities. Do you understand? So also, what has happened to these people? And to that extent, they went berserk to the extent that they were now disturbing the peace and security of the Southeast. And unfortunately again, the government of that region too were not building a kind of trust with the people. Because of the humongous amount of money that was coming to their states, people were not seeing it being translated into development and dividends of democracy. So to that extent, people now decide to also, okay, we too can also join these people to fight the government because they are not doing what they are supposed to do. So if only one federal government, and listen before now, and of which it's never too late to start. If secondly, the government of that Southeast too had been delivering dividends of democracy to the people accordingly, I mean, all these things wouldn't have been happening. Now, back to release of Nnamdi Kanu. I think it is a political issue. It is a political issue. And government should also be ready to sort this thing out politically. Yes, it is a political issue, that you like it or not.
So that is it going to affect the election? Because now they have already won that nobody should try, and these people may go back to arm themselves more to come to disrupt, since the government is saying they shouldn't try.
The issue is as is, because government had lost the trust of the people. It might likely affect it. You know why? Not that people won't want to come out to vote, but people will be scared because they know that they won't be protected. They know that there is no insurance for them. It's just like during the NSAS anniversary. Not that I didn't want to come out, but because I know government cannot provide adequate security for me. So instead of me to risk my life to go out, I start to stay indoors. To be calling people, oh, how is this area? Oh, how is this area? Oh, how is that area? Are you with me?
Yeah, there's something I want to point out here. Sit-at-home orders by IPOB previously had witnessed total compliance.
Yes.
Even when there was no order.
Yeah, even when they called it off.
Yes.
They still believe that there was an order.
So do we expect such a thing? I want you, as you're going to answer this question, I want you to also think about the fact that the presidency has issued marching orders to both the military and the police to ensure that November 6th election holds in Anambra. Now, what do we expect? Knowing very well that the previous sit-at-home orders were complied with by the people.
You know, it's a pity that the president himself, before now, have been issuing statements that are highly vacuous. Highly vacuous. Giving statements that he has never supported with might, with presidential might. Okay? Now, if you are now saying you have other, yeah, I read it. DIG, what's his name again? Was to lead the team. Then some other AIGs, about 40 commissioners of police.
100 commanders.
40 commissioners of police, 414 or whatever commanders, assistant commissioner of police and all that moving to that place. I even thought I didn't see the names. I was thinking I will see some of my friends' names there. I will have called Ogbeni. Be careful there. You understand? What I'm saying is this. One, people don't have that confidence in the statements of the president because of what has happened in the past. Two, people will be afraid of their lives. And then three, those security men that have been sent to Anambra, will they be going to people's houses to drag them out to come and vote? They can't enter people's houses to drag them to come and vote. It's a pity that what ought to have been done before now were left undone, which sometimes I tagged idiocy of governance. If those things have been addressed before now, by now nobody will be talking about this. And that's why I always say it is better for us to always be putting in place a proactive government than a reactionary government.
But if those things have been addressed before now, we agree that all of these issues wouldn't come up. But now it has happened. So the way forward is what we are looking at. So what is the way forward? Because the people of Anambra may not want their election disrupted. And also they
Who are those people?
That's why I'm asking you, Dr. Dayo.
Sometimes, they always say, there is a proverb that says, it's never too late to start. But then, there's another counter proverb that says, it is too late to cry when the head is off. Do you understand? Those are counter proverbs. In insurgency, there's what we call insurgency, counter-insurgency. And that is what we are seeing now. Perhaps government, not only this government and successive governments will be learning from what is going to happen in Anambra. I wonder if that Anambra election will be what is supposed to be.
So, but I asked that to say this.
Because the government presently now will not want to release. I was pondering. When I even had a dream of itself, I couldn't even remember. Because I was pondering over this overnight. The people in Anambra are saying, you have to release our leader.
Who are these people, Dr. Dayo? These are the members, leaders of IPOB. The average Anambra man wouldn't want to sit at home for a
I'm
very
saying.
long time.
I don't like when proscribed IPOB is saying, sit at home. Because I said it on this platform. Where their right stops is where others starts from. You can't say you want to be fighting for the people, and then you are killing these people, you are maiming them by saying they shouldn't go about their normal economic, political, social, and cultural activities. Okay? But in this situation, you need your life. Assuming your dear person, your close to your heart person is in that Anambra, will you ask that person to go out and vote? When IPOB is saying sit at home, even though he's not a member of IPOB, even though he's a bona fide member of Anambra who wants to exercise his franchise, will you ask that person to go out? Because you never can predict. Here is a government that you don't trust. Here is a government that cannot provide security and safety
now
for lives and properties.
Dr. Kayode, IPOB has repeatedly
proscribed IPOB
has repeatedly refuted this allegation that it is planning to issue a sit-at-home order come November 6. And it went ahead. Yes, and it went ahead to say that it is not interested in politics and has not issued any official statements. It went further to say that anybody who says that is not a member of IPOB. Is this an indication that IPOB is factionalized?
Yeah. You see, that is another area you are coming up with now. Proscribed IPOB as is, along the line, when they issued sit at home the other time, some other people came up and said, no, there's nothing like sit at home. Yeah. Okay? So people decide to go about their businesses. We all knew what happened to them. Abi, they are in the news. Now, will you also want to look at it from this point of view that, as is, government too might want to infiltrate IPOB, the proscribed IPOB, whereby they will pick up some people to be issuing some dissenting news all around.
Just like, we have seen like what happened during the NSAS.
Just also what happened during NLC election.
Yeah, okay.
Even during NLC.
All right.
NLC election. NUJ. It happened with even NUJ. Of recent. I followed most of these things. Even the one that some people did in I think is it Kaduna or Meduguri about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Do you understand? We have been seeing situations like that whereby government will come up with some people to infiltrate. So the Anambra people we are talking about, a normal Anambra people you are talking about that wants to exercise their franchise will be afraid. They will be afraid, not because there are factions within the organization, but because they know that government before now, one, cannot be trusted. Two, has not been providing enough security for safety of lives and properties. You understand? So it's not that a number person wouldn't want to come out and vote, but
someone once said that on this platform that the language this government seems to understand is a language of repression, forceful. Do you think that if probably there's a dialogue or a conversation, so as it is, like, what do you want, what do I want, or maybe a softer approach to things like this, most of these things would be
and that's
solved?
exactly what I've been saying. That's exactly what I've been saying.
The family of Kanu also came up with that advice, like the government should go the dialogue, use the dialogue.
You see, the issue is, let's look at it from this perspective. After the Civil War, what happened? They sat down to discuss. After the Civil War that we all experienced, they sat down. You didn't. Oh, okay. But at least you read about it.
I wasn't born. I
was.
You were in the army.
No, I was already reading newspaper at that time. I always follow my father to go and buy newspaper. We put me inside his. He was using the Peugeot 404 then. Put me inside in front. We go and buy paper.
A big car. Then
he said, "I see Ojuku escaped." Do you understand? The day we read in sketch, Ojuku escaped. I say, that is so the Civil War has ended, because if the leader can escape, then. But at the end of the day, they still sat down to discuss. So, and that's why somebody like me, I always look at it from this point. Even though J.F. Kennedy said, those who make peaceful change impossible will make violent change inevitable. So also, Mahatma Gandhi said, it is always better to jojo than to war. Because when you war, you still come back to jojo. But unfortunately, while you are warring, you would have destroyed a lot of things
the damage
that will be highly difficult to reconstruct. So it is always better to jojo than to war. And who is supposed to dictate that? The person having the upper hand. The person having the upper hand. Because you should be able to see more than the person below you. 1, 2. You are the one that is having that shop with glasswares, of which suddenly you find a bull, not a cow now, a bull inside. So what do? Do you want to pursue the bull, or to arrest the bull diplomatically so that it doesn't destroy your glasswares, precious wares, your highly destructible wares? So federal government, between you and me, still need to sit down and solve this political problem in a political way.
Now, very, very briefly, for want of time, should they claim by IPOB that these killings and destructions going on in Anambra State are politically motivated, taken seriously? Very, very briefly, please.
You see, just like it's difficult to lay the mayhem that we experienced during NSAS on the hidden leadership, of that NSAS, but also without that demonstration, those that hijacked that demonstration wouldn't have been able to do that. I don't know whether you understand. So if IPOB 2 had been also more diplomatic and sensible to their environment in carrying out their agitation, I mean, there's no way all these killings will have happened, even though I'm not laying it on the table of IPOB. But I mean, it is reasonable, it is sensible to say that if there hadn't been a proclamation as regards sit at home by them, then nobody will have come around to hijack that situation.
Thank you so very much,
Dr. Dayo. It's always a pleasure having you on the show.
Pleasure being here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me always.
You're welcome.
All right, we keep our fingers crossed and watch, and we're going to see what happens on the 6th of November. We will take a break now. When we come back, we have more to come.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. I've found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neo. I found Blemiviv, and now my skin finally makes sense.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services that meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited.